Alrighty guys, so we just so happen to pop off. There's one in here hiding, and then there's two more in here of these little bolts right over here. So that way we can get access to this lower panel. It looks like we have the choke in the way. So now that's pretty cool actually. That literally is kind of like popping the hood on a car, I guess. We got the oil drain right there. So we'll see, maybe I will fully pull this out because I do want to drain him. Gotta love it. Everything is the same exact sizing. We got some acorns. So we got a small engine here. We got to get this thing going so that way we can get this thing snow blowing for the storm. And let's just securely take that off. We'll make sure to check inside the air box, make sure that's all nice. To be quite honest with you guys, the way they have this set up, I'm debating if I should even pull the whole carburetor. I think I'm going to be a little bit ballsy here and just take off the bowl. So I got myself a little bit of a rag just in case, even though this really don't matter. Once I start this thing up, it should be all good to go. So that bolt just is a little crusty. Let's just see. Okay, we are not in bad shape whatsoever, guys. Alrighty, so if you know what you're looking at, you know that this is just a standard little lawnmower engine carburetor. This is quite better than I was expecting. So the float is good. I'm gonna make sure inside here is clean. Since this doesn't look that dirty, I'm just going to spray the crap out of it with carburetor cleaner in here inside the main jet pilot, right down the throat of the carburetor itself. So that way, hopefully, basically, we're just gonna be able to get this thing going really simply without too much headache because we have a storm tomorrow. Gonna start cleaning, gonna turn this thing nice and wide open. You know, this thing seems relatively clean, so I'm just not gonna overthink it. I wanted to pull him off just to inspect him, make sure he's good, but honestly, it looks like the fuel tank was drained out, so I may just leave him because I really think that we can just get him running. If you ever have this stuck, you could always heat it up, or you can take a pair of pliers, put it on, rotate it around. You should be good to go. It'll come out. It's nothing really too crazy. Just a little bit of rust never hurt nobody. All right, we're getting a little high off the fumes, so perhaps it's time to reinstall. Make sure he's a little tight. So everything should be okay. We'll make sure he's shut off. Alrighty guys, so I just pulled apart this air box. Not too shabby whatsoever. Just give it a little clean out. It's absolutely made. Not even concerned. Yeah, just a little cobwebby. That ought to be fine. Oh, had it right the first time. Check the oil. If it has it, we just start it. And if it's low or whatever, or it looks like absolute garbage, then I'll just drop the oil. I have new oil, so obviously before I'm gonna actually use this tomorrow in the blizzard, I'm gonna be changing the oil, ready to be remated onto here. And like that. Just gotta get him to slide on. The little two acorn nuts. This is more or less universal. So now that that's back in place, this is our kill switch is good. This is how we're going to start her with the electric starter there. Hopefully this works. We're kind of hoping on it because this was kind of broken. So now Give me a second, I'm gonna flip her back down. The oil actually doesn't look bad, but I have a feeling that it's this consistency because there is water in it. I just have a gut feeling that water has definitely made its way into this motor, which is not something you want, obviously. So it's always good to have fresh oil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crack the oil drain. Alrighty, lads. So this thing was in just a little bit tight. No worries there. Alrighty. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So not really that surprised that water made this way into this engine, just of the nature of it, which is why I wanted to do this. So, you know, it is what it is. These small engines kind of are, I call them indestructible, really. It's probably fine. The good thing is that it had oil in it as well, and not just water. If it just had bad water in it, obviously then things would really start to corrode. But considering that there was actually oil in it and the oil wasn't that bad a shape, hopefully that preserved the engine to some extent. Everything is looking relatively new, so I really hope that we don't have a problem. So basically, we're just gonna let this oil drain out, nothing to see here, and then I'll show you guys when I pour a new quart in. Maybe we'll pour a little bit of the oil out through once it's done, kind of try to flush the block a little bit, and we'll go from there. So we got our homemade oil funnel. If you see now, some of that nice new oil is coming out. I basically just poured a little bit through so that way we could clean out whatever crap is in there from all the water. So then we're just gonna go fill her up, guys. So we just poured some fresh oil in it. Just gonna check. Yeah, you guys will probably not be able to see it because this thing is literally so new. It's like vegetable oil, but it's definitely up there. So we should be okay. Alrighty, guys, so I just did a quick test on the electric start. It does fire. I'm just gonna put a little bit of gas in it, so hopefully it'll be like okay, and hopefully she can stay running on her own. I have my starting fluid. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think the primer, I literally hear it siphoning, so that's always nice. Okay, well, that should do something. Choke is on. Let's see it. Maybe we'll check the spark just to be sure. We have fuel. Seems like we have good compression. So now the only caveat will be spark. Alrighty, guys, so I got my test light here all set up. This is inside the socket, so whenever this sends spark or power to the spark plug for ignition, this should light up. But however, as you see, it's kind of not doing anything. And also that's why whenever we were trying to start it was just spinning so easily, because there's no spark inside the motor and it's not creating resistance. So unfortunately, we have everything we need except ignition. So it looks like most likely it's going to be the ignition coil, which isn't the worst thing in the world. You know, I mean, it goes bad on these motors once they've been sitting for a while. But basically we're going to get one of those and throw it in. But unfortunately, that's going to be next time. So it looks like this machine is going to have to sit out this blizzard. If you guys liked the video, please make sure to subscribe to Rad Performance.
Y'all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?